Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0. For my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of different fences or beautiful fences, much inspirable fences. So, my dear guys, when we talk about fences, then different question arise in our mind, like as what is the definition of fence or fence requirement. Also, what is a how do you describe a fence, or what is the purpose of a fence, or what is called a fence, or what is fence called, fencing called, or why is called fencing determinations. So, my dear guys, when we talk about fence, a barrier enclosing or bordering a field yard are usually made of vertical posts connected with the horizontal sections of sturdy material or materials as wood, metal, vinyl, or wire used to prevent entrance, to confine, or to mark a boundary. So our garden fence is not high enough to keep the deer out informal. So when we talk about its purpose, its specialities, then fence are proven to act as a deterrent to intruders and trespassers, improving the security of the structure they surrounded, as well as keeping uninvited guests out. So fence also stops children and pets from getting out, ensuring that they stay safe when playing in the garden or when playing in the big. My dear guys, it can be a different types as a vertical or as a horizontal or in space of different or various compatibility uh, changes in different countries they can, and it can be a different locations also, it can be make like as a beautiful captureness, beautiful insight of my dear guys. So a fence is a structure that encloses an area typically outdoor and is usually it can. So my dear guys, my these ideas especially for my those audience who learn from these idea long of much uh, learn. So why are people called fences? Around the 17,000, 1700 fence became slang, and it can be who find it uses for stolen goods or the action of selling different stolen items. So the writers at the online etymological dictionary say that the phrase came from the way those transactions were carried out. Another defense of secrecy slang can be complex and well definable and well uh, importance. So, what is the historical background of fence? Fence have been used for security, also for different things, different dogs, different children, and different threatened people, and also privacy. It can be used for different purpose, and also and decorations. Since antiquity and ancient Greece, the first recorded use of wooden fencing date to 600 BC, according to archaeological um, evidence, and it can be a different. It is believed that the ancient Egyptian were the first to use metal fencing around 5,000 years ago. So, my dear guys, one my dear guys questioned me that what is different concepts of fence. Fence barrier erected to confine or exclude people or animals, to define boundaries, to decorate timber, also soil, stone, and metal are widely used for fencing. So, fences of living plants have been made in many places, such as hedges of Great Britain and continental Europe, and the cactus fences of Latin America and different uh, countries. So, full view fence, when we talk about, is constructed in such a manner that visual access is permitted, such as wire fence through the fence structure, or wooden fence, or many times it can be a metal fence also used. So it is designed purely to control physical access between two areas, two different places. So when we talk about the characteristics of fencing, then modern fencing uses three weapons, each with their own characteristics. The foil, a light coat sword; the épée, heavier dueling weapons; and the sabre, a light cutting sword, different colors of different flowers of different colors. So boards are fought until one fencer is touched or hit in a five time. So when we talk about the advantage of fencing, aside from thrill of sword fighting, fencing has a number of benefits, including learning discipline, technique, agility, physical fitness, and overcoming challenging situations under pressure. So fencers build confidence over time as their skill level improves, becoming fitter and stronger. So what is the principle of the fences? So Chesterton's fence is a principle that says change should not be made until the reasoning behind the current state of affairs is understood. So it says the rash move upon coming across a fence would be to tear it down without understanding why it was put up. So, what is a fence made of? Fencing comes in a variety of materials and style. I also prescribe in my previous videos that it can be a different style and different material it can be used, as like as steel, a clay, aluminium, vinyl, and wood, and also clay a special use for making different fences, because it can be different designs and different centuries. So these material have different application, durability, and price point. But the most obvious differences is their look and beautiful look. So what are a symbol in fences? To Rose, a fence is a symbol of our love, and her desire for fence indicate that Rose represent love and nurturing. Troy and Corey, on the other hand, think the fence is a drag and reluctantly work on finishing Rose's project. So Bono also observed that to some people, fences keep people out and push people away. So why is Fences so famous or so much famous? Because Fences became an acclaimed Hollywood film in 2016. Wilson's work continues to compel audiences not simply through its imaginative power, but because its rounded insider's perspective make ordinary uh, African American sympathetically visible as they love and struggle and try the best for making these things. My dear guys, who is the father of fencing when we talk about historical background? Much of modern fencing techniques begin with a manual written by the Italian master Ridolfo Capofiore in 1610, considered by many as the father of modern fencing. So, what inspired fence? Charlie Borley was denied his shot at fame in segregated America and ended up as a sanitation worker. But his dignity and character would end up inspiring one of the best plays about sports and about different categorical position. So, what is a fence for kids? Fence are an important and unique wetland types. Fence are peat farming wetlands that rely on groundwater input and require thousands of years to develop and can't easily be restored. Once destroyed, fences are also uh, hotspot of biodiversity. They often are home to rare plant, insect, and small mammal material. So when we talk about a fence, diagraphical position, a graphical display of three-dimensional data and interpretation in two-dimensional perspective view. Uh, Geologic cross sections can be displayed in a network to form a fence diagram. Strati- Stratigraphic changes can be displayed clearly in fence diagram. So, what is smart fencing in terms of parameter security and critical infrastructure protection? A smart fence refers to an advanced technology driven barrier system designed to detect, deter, and delay authorities' intrusion or potential threats. So, what is pretty sides of the fence? The smooth side or on the picket fences side is nicer looking, and so many prefer to see this side. A common courtesy is to share the good side with your neighbor. So it is important to note that any fence visible from the street should have a smooth side facing out toward the street. So which fence style is best? Metal fencing is the longest lasting type of fence. It often requires the most upfront investment, but rarely it can be needs to be replaced. Metal fences typically have opening between the different poles. This make it hard for animals to enter or leave your property while providing minimal disruptions to your sight lines. So is fencing for me, my dear guys, question is lovely, my dear guys, beautiful, my dear guys, and affectionate love for my dear guys. This is a sport for everyone. Fencing provides a unique mix of physical, intellectual, and emotional stimulation. It is a great way to get us stay fit and meet new people and modern people. So is fencing useful in real life? Yes, my dear guys, fencing also provides an opportunity to practice defensive strategies such as parrying and counter-attacking, which can be useful in real life scenarios. In general, fencing techniques your broad qualities that can be applied to many self-defense sceneries and adrenaline control and distance control are also provided. So what are the part of a fence called? Component of wood fence post or the part of the wood fence that get buried into the ground. So also, my dear guys, a board also used. The most obvious component to a fence is the board. Gates are doors in the fence that allows people and cars to drive the through. So also, my dear guys, a back rail also used, which is used for fence program, a beautiful fence program, and caps also used for different program, and kickboard also used, and trim board also used for different fancy designing, different point of view we can make it. And my dear guys, a popular fencing plan also described in my these videos. So thank you very much guys for watching my video once again. Thank you very much.